Alright, Tails, thanks for setting up the Discord server. I figured we could just use this so everyone could stay in contact.
Don't mention it, Sonic. But you're right, this app is really convenient, and we probably should have used this earlier instead of radios and outdated stuff.
Yeah, that was really dumb. I don't know why we did that shit, but whatever.
Anyways, why did you want me to join VC?
Well, while we wait for the next adventure that Sega craps out of its corporate anus, I figured we could just make content together to pass the time.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Well, what kind of content are we gonna make anyways?
Well, tier list videos have been pretty timeless and entertaining content as of late, so I figured we'd do a list where we rank all of our games.
That sounds like a good place to start considering we're familiar with our own games. All right then, what are we waiting for?
Actually, we're waiting on one more person to join VC. Then we can start this properly. I figured 3 people's opinions would be enough.
Oh, someone else is joining? Who is it?
Hey, speak of the devil. What's good, Nux?
What's up, guys? Damn, this shit is way less boring than watching that dumbass Greenstone all damn day.
Oh shit, it's Knuckles? I didn't think you'd be joining a VC anytime soon. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine, but wait a damn second. Isn't the age limit for Discord like 13? What the fuck are you doing here, Tails?
Well, Tails was able to set up the server and bots and stuff, so just, don't snitch, Nux.
Oh, that's cool. I wasn't going to tell anyways. Your secret is safe with me.
Thanks, Big Red. I appreciate it. Anyways, are we gonna start this, Sonic?
Yeah, let's do this. I've been entertainment starved for like a week.
All right then, let me pull up the tier list. And for the record, we aren't doing fan games or any of that. Just officially licensed Sonic games.
Maybe if this video does well, then we could do a list with the most popular fan games, though.
I haven't played many fan games, but that sounds like fun too.
All right, I got the tier list up. And of course, what better game to start with than the original Sonic the Hedgehog?
This game kickstarted the franchise. It was one of the most influential games in the market back then.
Hold on just a second. This game is deserving of respect for sure, but the package overall is kind of mid.
Wait,
The
mid?
package is mid? Dude, I know the game is old, but it's still fun.
The only good zones in this game are Green Hill Zone and Starlight Zone. Everything else is either mid or worse.
Oh, come on, I don't think Springyard Zone is that bad.
Labyrinth Zone, Sonic! Fucking Labyrinth Zone! God, I'm glad I wasn't in this game.
Actually, I think I'm siding more with Knuckles on this one. Most of the stages in this game don't really promote speed and aren't very fun to play. Still, I think we should give the very first game at least a B tier.
All right, fine. I guess I can live with that. Luckily, things only get better for the Genesis games.
Yeah, B tier works for me. Anyways, what's next?
Next up is the 8-bit Sonic one.
Okay, this version of Sonic 1 was mid. I can agree with that.
Yeah, the screen crunch and minimized mechanics make this an extremely inferior version of the classic title.
I agree that it isn't that great, but I don't think it's bad either. The screen crunch on Master System is way better anyways. I think it should get C tier.
Yeah,
As
that
long as
sounds
it's
right.
not above the Genesis games, that's okay.
All right, and then there's Sonic 2 8-bit.
Nah, this game is fucked up. The first game that introduces me also kills me in the bad ending. What the shitballs?
And I don't think it needs to be said again, but still, it's inferior to the Genesis version.
These games do have their charm and can be fun on Master System, but overall I think I'll just throw this one in C tier as well.
But now we're on to an absolute banger. Sonic 2 for Genesis fixed almost everything wrong with the first game. Easy S tier!
That I can definitely get behind. This game added so many staples to the franchise, like the spin dash.
And most of the zones are actually fun. Emerald Hill, Chemical Plant, Casino Night, most of them are bangers.
Although some of the levels are a bit ass, especially Metropolis Zone. Holy fuck, that level is just cruel.
But how could we forget that I was properly introduced in this game? It was so cool seeing me run around in 16-bit. This game is S tier.
Not as good as Sonic 3, though.
Shut up, Nux. I didn't say it was.
All right, cool it, you two. I'm dropping 2 in S tier, and we're moving on to the Sega Sonic arcade game. Hello, guys?
I never played it.
Yeah, same. I honestly forgot that existed.
Oh, shit. I never played it either. Fuck it. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist and move on to CD.
I always found CD to be overrated, not gonna lie.
It's overrated for a good reason, though. The music is top-notch and it added Metal Sonic and Amy.
You act like Amy being introduced is a good thing.
Oh, shit, you're right. Never mind.
Blatant Amy slander aside, I think CD is a good game. But it isn't without its flaws, specifically the time travel mechanic. Trying to get to the past and future is bullshit.
I think I'd rather play CD than Sonic 1, though, so I'm willing to give it A tier. Is that good enough, Sonic?
Yeah, that's high enough. All right, now we're on to another handheld game. Sonic Chaos.
I definitely prefer Chaos to the last two 8-bit games. Not to mention I wasn't just a sprite swap in this game.
As long as you're playing on the Master System, then this one can be a pretty fun time. Being able to collect the Chaos Emeralds and then skipping the act you were on was awesome.
On the other hand, though, the game is a little too easy and the ending blows. Not to mention that playing as Tails is basically playing on easy mode.
It's a little easy, but otherwise is charming and can be a good time. I'd give it a solid B tier.
B tier sounds good, but what's next? Oh god, is that Sonic Spinball? Man, that game is stupid!
It's really not that bad, Nux. Aside from the music being mid, the sprite work looks good and the game is a good challenge.
A good challenge? You call playing the first level for an hour while dealing with the game's bullshit mechanics and cryptic puzzles a good challenge?
That just sounds like a big ol' skill issue, Red.
What level did you make it to then, huh?
I beat the game, dumbass. I beat all my games. Except Shuffle That Game is unbeatable.
Okay, guys, chill the fuck out, goddamn. While Spinball definitely isn't the worst game overall, you gotta admit for a pinball game, it feels a bit too difficult, especially in the early levels.
Alright, fine. That's fair, I guess. I'm down with putting Spinball in C tier, but no lower.
It definitely should be going lower, but whatever.
Alright, we're back to the Genesis and we're on Sonic 3.
Easy S tier, this game is litty as fuck!
Regardless of the fact that Nux is just vouching for this game because he's in it, I also say S tier. This game was super fun, and got even better when Sonic and Knuckles came out.
Most of the zones are super fun, and the Blue Sphere special stages were fun to beat as well, not to mention the music. Holy shit, the Michael Jackson tracks were fire. S tier.
I still haven't forgiven Origins for replacing the music with such shitty remakes.
Yeah, that was tragic. But next up is Sonic Drift, which was a mid-cart racer, to be honest.
I remember playing this game for like 5 seconds before shutting it off and playing All Stars Racing instead. It's mid and going into D tier. And I'll just throw Drift 2 in there as well, since it's basically the same.
But next up is Sonic and Knuckles, another S tier.
Hold on there, Red. Sonic and Knuckles on its own isn't nearly as good as 3. Stop being biased just because your name is in the title.
Shut up, little bro. This game's zones were just as fire as 3's zones. Not to mention my boss fight and Mecha Sonic.
Sorry I gotta side with Tails on this one, Nux. This game is still great, and it's the only one to have Hypersonic, which was peak. But otherwise, it isn't as solid as 3 on its own.
Fine then. Can we at least settle for A tier?
Yeah, A tier is fine. It's still a good game.
But then, Sega decided to do the best thing ever.
Here we go.
They decided to make it so you could merge 3 and Knuckles into 1 to form the ultimate adventure.
Oh yeah, peak incoming!
3 and Knuckles is S tier without question.
No arguments here. This is arguably the best Sonic game of all time, and most people would pick it as their favorite.
Hell yeah! This game was such a good send-off for the Genesis games. Too bad it all went downhill from here.
Shut up, Nux, don't be like that. There's obviously still lots of good content after. But anyways, now we're on to Triple Trouble, which is the best 8-bit game in my opinion.
I agree that it's good, but the only problem is that it didn't get ported to Master System. So we're stuck with the screen crunch.
Yeah, I think this game could maybe have gotten A tier if it got an MA port. But right now, I think it should go in B with Chaos.
Fine with me. Next up is Knuckles
Easy S tier, bro. Holy fuck. This game is without question the best Sonic game on the market behind Sonic and Knuckles. The mechanics, added characters, bosses, music, everything is amazing. This game is near flawless and definitely deserves to be crowned an S tier.
Nux, stop capping, bro.
Give it the S tier, bitch!
Holy shit, take a chill pill. I'm gonna be real here, you're tweaking if you think Chaotix is S tier, man. The controls weren't that good, and it's only really fun when you play it in multiplayer.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Tails. The Chaotix were cool, and the music slapped like always, but other than that, it wasn't fun, bro. Gotta say, B tier at best.
Way too low, but whatever. Real ones know where Chaotix goes.
And this isn't about the fact that this was the last game with your name on it, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, kid. Anyways, what's up next?
Next up is Labyrinth, and I just want to say that even for Game Gear standards, this game wasn't too good. I mean, this game was literally classified as the slow Sonic game. Did they forget that I literally only do the exact fucking opposite of that?
Yeah, this game is fucking awful. It's literally just a shitty version of 3D Blast. Shitty controls, shitty level design, and shitty keys to find.
While I personally find the challenge to be decent, I can see why this game is disliked. If you want to play a Sonic game like this, play 3D Blast.
And with that, I'm throwing it into F tier. Oh look, and from one garbage game to another, we got Sonic Blast.
Ew, this game is just disgusting. My sprite is so fucking ugly.
Yeah, Blast aged really, really bad. It looks really muddy, and the gameplay is too slow. There's no reason to go back to this aside from sheer curiosity for when you get Sonic Origins Plus.
While I don't think it's as unfun as Labyrinth, it's clear that this game is pretty shit. I'm fine with giving it D tier.
No objections here. Let's move on to the actual Blast game.
This game is good in terms of side games. The soundtrack slaps and the speed is a lot better than the shit show that Labyrinth was.
Gotta say though, it got a little boring doing fetch quests over and over again. Not to mention, I felt a little floaty in this game. Way better than Labyrinth though, so I'd say B tier.
B tier works. It was a pretty decent send-off to the Genesis games.
Rest in peace, sweet Genesis. You'll always be missed.
Hey, are you good, Nux?
Sorry, I'm just grieving over the times when we actually put out good games consistently.
Bitch, stop being so negative. I'm looking at the list and we still have tons of bangers left.
Speaking of bangers, we got Sonic the Fighters. This should get at least an A.
Fighters? You mean that jank-filled attempt at a quote-unquote fighting game? That shit goes in C tier?
Nah, you don't understand, Red. Sure, it's a little janky, but nothing beats playing with your friends in multiplayer. That's when it gets real fun.
I agree with Sonic. Whenever we feel like trying this game again, multiplayer is where it's at. The added characters like Bean and Bark are also staples.
Bean and Bark, those guys. You think those dudes are at the top of Sega's list of staple characters? That's dumb as shit.
Hey, don't talk shit about our homies like that. Look, just to get this over with, I'll compromise with B tier.
Oh, god damn it. Sonic R really ticked me off back then. Even multiplayer can't save this game.
I'm actually kind of surprised you don't like this one, little bro. I don't think it's perfect, but I think there's some charm with it being the only on-foot racing game we have.
There's not enough content for me. Sure, the music slaps harder than that. One time I beat the fuck out of Egghead, and it can be fun if you get good, but that's it. The new characters were mid too. Who the hell thought of Metal Knuckles and Tails doll?
Oh god, don't even get me started with that creepy-ass doll. Nah, screw it. I'm with Knuckles on C tier.
Damn, I guess I'm outvoted then. But now we're on an actual banger. Sonic Adventure is an easy S tier.
Oh, for sure, S tier. Multiple characters with different playstyles. A soundtrack that unsurprisingly slaps. Tons of collectibles and replayability. There's no way it's anywhere lower than S.
You know I gotta agree with you both. While some things like the cutscenes haven't aged well, I'll still boot up this game on Steam every now and then and have a good time. Even if Big Story gives me PTSD whenever I even think about it.
Speaking of Big, did we invite him to the server too?
Sonic! I'm not even sure that fat ass knows what Discord is! Have you seen the way he just stares off into the distance? That dude is living in another planet, I swear.
Let's just not tell him about it then. Anyways, next is Pocket Adventure. And I'm gonna be honest, even I forgot this one existed.
From what I remember playing, it's just a standard 2D game with decent level design and music. Don't know why this game of all our games scored a 10 on IGN, but whatever.
IGN are a bunch of fakes who don't even play the games they review. And as for this game, yeah, I don't give a shit. Just put it in B or whatever.
Fair enough, I guess. Next is Sonic Shuffle, and oh god, this game is straight donkey dick.
I'd rather cut both tails off than play this Mario Party ripoff. The CPU's cheat in the game is too slow and boring. F tier, please, and thank you.
I'd rather recreate the events of Sonic 3 than play this steaming pile of dog shit. It goes into the depths of the list. Even F tier is too good for it.
Glad we all share the same opinion for this mistake. Anyways, we gotta go to game again. Sonic Adventure 2?
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Adventure 1 is better.
Whoa, what did he say?
The hell are you smoking, Red?
This better be good.
You two chuckle fucks need to hear me out. I'll give it that the speed stages are good. Really good, actually. Some of the best levels in the entire franchise. But mech shooting is mid, and treasure hunting is even worse than Adventure 1. That's 2/3 of the game that's mid.
But the multiple sides to the story, not to mention the story in general. It's one of the most Sonic-feeling Sonic games ever.
Don't forget about the based as fuck Chow Garden.
You guys are focusing on the side shit. The gameplay comes first and foremost, and when 2/3 of the game is mid compared to Adventure 1, where only one gameplay style was mid, I think the first one takes it.
You know what, Knucklehead? You somehow managed to convince me, but I still think the story of Adventure 2 can't be overlooked and should give it A tier.
I can settle for A tier.
People might hate us for it, but screw it. A tier.
Next up on our list is Sonic Advance. Man, I love the Advance trilogy. They're all reminiscent of the classic 2D games while adding their own modern take on things.
I gotta agree with that. While Advance 1 isn't the best one in the trilogy, it still holds up fairly well and offers a good time.
Aside from all the bottomless pits in this game, it sure is my comfort Sonic game. I'd give it a solid A tier.
Agreed. And now onto Advance 2, which I think we can all agree is easily the superior Advance game.
I actually really like exploring for the special rings in each level, not to mention switching it up with different characters made the game more replayable.
Oh yeah, destroying the bosses as cream and cheese was Metal as fuck, haha! I say if we gave Advance 1 A tier, then Advance 2 should get S.
Sounds good to me. Next up is Pinball Party. Seriously? Has nobody played this game either?
No, I've played it. It's just, who gives a shit?
Not me, that's for sure. Just throw it in C tier, I guess.
Damn alright, fine. Next up is Sonic Battle.
The best part about this game was Emerald. Everything else was okay, I guess.
I never really got into this game myself. It just makes me wish for us to get a standard Street Fighter-like game. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we need an official Sonic fighting game pronto. Alright, I'll just chuck fighters in B tier. And next up is Sonic Heroes. Now, I want to say right off the bat that I think this game missed the mark on what made the adventure game so special. The individual teams were cool, but it kind of felt like you were playing the same game 4 times in a row.
I gotta agree with that. Heroes isn't a bad game, but it's flawed in how the game is played. Although to sing its praises, the music is once again amazing, and the reintroduction of the Chaotix was amazing at the time.
Oh, yeah. I remember when that happened. Vector went apeshit and nearly crushed Charmy. That stupid bee would have gotten what he deserved.
Geez, Nux, stop being such a menace.
I don't care. We aren't on set, bitch. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
All right, chill out, bro. Let's just go through a couple more games and then save it for another episode. I'd say we can put Heroes in A tier.
Works for me then. Next up is the final Advance game, Sonic Advance 3. I gotta say, this one is my least favorite.
Nah, I really like this one. It's not as good as Advance 2, but I definitely think the team-up mechanic puts it above Advance 1.
I don't mind the team-up mechanic, but I think the overall quality of the level design from Advance 1 puts it a bit above Advance 3.
Normally I'd argue or something, but these games are so similar that I can't be bothered. I just put it in A tier again.
I agree with A tier. Alright, let's do like 3 more games and then we'll end the video. Next up is Shadow the Hedgehog.
That edgy fuckers game? Left tier, please and thank you.
Alright, I'll admit, this game isn't all bad. As much as it tried to throw us into an edgy teenage kid Sonic fanfic, I think this game has some merits to throw it in D or C tier.
The level design isn't too bad, and I like the concept of multiple endings. But the fact that you have to play the game from scratch over and over again with so many factors being able to change your run brings down the game hard.
I just think it was funny when he said damn.
Kinda, yeah. But I'm just gonna give this game a D tier. Hopefully Shadow doesn't see this and come to kick my ass.
Well, next up is Sonic Rush. Man, I really love this game. It started the DS era of Sonic spin-offs strong.
I gotta side with Tails on that one. The boost gauge was introduced really well and the level design was tight. Not to mention Blaze was a cool character.
I never finished this game, but from what I played, it was decent. I'll lend the wheel to you guys, though.
I'd honestly say S tier, to be honest. For a Sonic game, it's really good. For a non-main series game, it's outstanding. It doesn't get much better than this.
Looks like it's settled then. S tier for Sonic Rush. Alright, and the last game for this video is gonna be Sonic Riders. As different as this game was, I honestly really enjoyed it.
I quite liked it as well. The story was decent and the Babylon Rogues were good rivals for us 3.
Too bad this series got fucking bombed after that dumpster fire called Free Riders came out.
You don't mention that game. I'm thinking A tier for Riders 1 solely because Zero Gravity is kind of the superior version.
A tier sounds good to end
Yeah, I
it.
think that's right.
Alright, and that does it for now. I gotta admit, this was a lot more fun than I thought.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to do this more often with you guys.
Maybe we can do tier lists on other things in the future, like other games and real life stuff.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that, as long as nobody barges in the VC and tries to ruin the fun.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the worst creature on the planet, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, god damn it. Who invited this asshole?
Tails, did you invite Eggman, really?
I swear to God I didn't. I think he hacked his way in.
You would be right, you two-tailed freak. Having an IQ of 300 works wonders for many things. That includes hacking into Discord servers.
Well, fuck this then. I'm out of here.
I gotta go work on the tornado anyways. Bye.
Fuck you, fat ass!
It's not over yet, you little rodents. I'll be back.
Damn Sonic, the new channel is looking goated. Good work on the banner and icons and stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. Nice work, big bro.
It wasn't too hard, to be honest. Just an hour or so in Photoshop and all that good jazz. Thanks anyways, guys. This channel is gonna be fire.
Speaking of which, we should probably finish up our tier list, right? It's been a bit since we started it.
Actually, yeah, you've got a point. We should probably finish it up. Well, I'm down. How about you, Nux?
Oh, you bet I'm down too. I can't wait to praise some greatness and shit on some garbage.
Good to hear. All right, let me just pull up the tier list again.
Hello again, you miserable little rodents. I'm back again.
Oh, come
Why the
on,
hell are
not
you here,
this
you
fucking
dumb egg?
man.
Oh, quit your whining, freaks! The last thing I need to hear today is the likes of you complaining about me!
Don't blame us for being pissed off that you of all people are here, Egghead. Why the hell are you in VC anyways?
I'm in the same boat as all of you. Now that we are finished all of our scenes for the upcoming games, I frankly have nothing to do. I figured conversing with somebody would be better than nobody at all.
You know, despite everything, that kind of makes sense, actually.
I don't give a shit if you're bored, old man. You see the VC name? Sonic Squad. Last time I checked, you aren't a part of it.
All right, chill out, Nux. As much as I hate to admit it, we're all bored, and that includes Eggman.
Ain't no way you're actually defending this bozo?
Silence, you little red turd! Besides, what the hell do you expect me to do? We're in a VC, remember?
Don't make me come over there and start cracking eggs.
Quit it, guys. Knuckles, just deal with it for now. Eggman can help us with the tier list anyways. It would be good considering he's in almost every Sonic game to date.
Fine, but I'm not happy with it.
So what do you say, Doc? You get to stay in the server, and in turn, you help us with our tier list.
I suppose I can provide an ounce of my time to assist in a tier list? Very well, let us begin.
All right, let's get started. And for everyone tuning in, this is the second half of the tier list, so make sure to watch part 1 if you haven't already.
A link will be in the description for you to watch part 1. Just make sure to come back after you finish it.
All right, let's start already, bitches.
All right, I got the list already. First up on our list is none other than...
Ah! Oh god, no, the horror, the Vietnam flashbacks.
Every time I see that icon, it sends me back to the Dark Ages.
Sonic, you better put that garbage in the F tier right this second, or else I might do something really drastic.
Okay, guys, hear me out. It isn't that bad.
You must be tweaking, bitch!
Okay, it's bad. Like, really bad, but I don't think it's exactly F-tier bad.
The game could have been good if it was just given more time. But the gameplay is awful. The story is just cringe. And I can't see any reason to revisit the game outside of morbid curiosity.
Not to mention my design, I look absolutely putrid. It takes a lot to ruin an image as handsome as mine.
That is extreme cap, but whatever you say, look, as long as 06 doesn't get any higher than a D, I'm happy.
All right, D-tier works. It isn't a perfect game, but at least it's not completely terrible.
Is that Sonic Rivals? I always forget that game's existence. It isn't a very notable entry in the franchise.
I agree with Eggman for once. This game is just an obscure 2D racing game. It's not bad, but it's not great either.
Yeah, and it for sure did not need a sequel. I'll just throw both Rivals games in C tier and call it there.
Oh, geez! Secret Rings! These Wii games were so trash, I swear. I hate the auto-running.
While the concept of these storybook games are interesting, the gameplay does not suffice for them to be high-ranked games.
Plus, Black Knight is just better, to be honest.
Facts! I'd put Secret Rings in C tier too. The designs and story go hard, but that's all.
All right, then. What do we all think about Rush Adventure?
While I personally find it inferior to the first Rush game, I still think it is a worthy successor regardless.
I never really played this one, but I'm sure it's pretty good. I'll let you guys decide.
Aside from surfing between islands and occasionally grinding, I think this game holds the spirit of the first Rush game. I'd give it either B tier or A tier.
I definitely agree. Screw it, I'll give it A tier, why not?
Oh, here we go. I think we can all agree that Riders Zero Gravity is easily the best Riders game.
I concur! The story was improved on and the gameplay was of similar quality. Plus, anyone can agree that it is better than the game that came after.
Oh god, we'll deal with that piece of shit when we get there. Honestly, I'd say Zero Gravity should go in S tier. It's a top-tier Sonic racing game.
I'd personally put it lower, but I won't be upset with S tier.
Yes, you better not be upset, you little nerd.
Ain't no way the fat ass with 300 IQ is calling Tails a nerd.
I am a brilliant genius, not a nerd. Get it right, Pincushion.
I am 5 seconds away from kicking you from this VC egghead. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you can try to get rid of me, but I'll always return. Maybe I'll revisit Angel Island again. I could use the Master Emerald for some alternative plans of mine.
All right, bitch. You're staying muted for the time being until you learn to stop being toxic.
Egg-looking ass calling me a nerd. Shut your goofy ass up.
Now that that's dealt with, what's up next?
Next up is Chronicles, man. I didn't like this one at all, to be honest. I've always felt like a Sonic RPG would be awesome, but this one missed the mark.
Gotta agree with that. I think Shade and some of the other added characters were cool, but the gameplay is just boring, and the worlds are unfun to traverse.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up in a shit-covered bow. F-tier this poor excuse of an RPG.
Well said, guys. But next up is Sonic Unleashed. I'm honestly kind of mixed on this one.
This game started the Boost era, and I gotta say, the daytime levels in this game are absolute fire. Almost all of them hit hard.
I definitely agree with you there, little buddy. But on the other hand, the werehog levels are absolute trash. They take way too long and that stupid fight music plays every single time.
And I definitely did not like going around collecting coins in those levels either. Dang, this is a tough one to rank.
Personally, I'd go A tier. The boost levels carry the game hard, but the werehog levels and need to backtrack bring it down quite a bit.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'll go A tier too.
All right, then A tier it is. Also, should we unmute Eggman now?
Yeah, we should probably give him a chance. Maybe he's cooled off now.
All right, fine, but I'm gonna talk to him. Hey, you old dick face. Talk to me or anyone else in this VC like that again and you're gonna get banned. You got that?
Good, Mobius. Fine, you simple-minded echidna. If it will keep me here, then I promise to stop hurting your very fragile and limp feelings.
That's basically as good of an apology as we're gonna get from Eggman. Anyways, now we're on to Black Knight.
This is definitely the better storybook game, but only by a little. The controls are still kind of wonky, and the game still isn't exactly fun to play.
It mostly came down to swinging your sword around like a buffoon. It definitely was not engaging, to say the least.
Although I gotta say, that sword was awesome. And the armor I got to wear was sweet too.
Don't forget my design. My drip went hard in that game.
Damn right it did. Alright, I'll drop Black Knight in B tier, and we can move on to All-Stars Racing.
So why did we drive cars instead of running on foot?
Because those cars were badass. Duh. Also, we gotta make it fair for everyone who can't run fast anyways.
It was so awesome to get to meet all our fellow Sega friends again. It had been so long.
Although this game is definitely a clone of a certain franchise that shall not be named, I believe it is a decent entry and deserved B tier.
Alright then, next up is Sonic 4. This game is pretty mid, not gonna lie.
Definitely mid. How dare this game try to disguise itself as a sequel to one of the best games of all time? Instant F tier.
Alright, I wouldn't go that low. Episode 1 is definitely mid, although Episode 2 offers a bit more by adding things such as Metal Sonic and myself, of course.
They are still fake classic games and should be ranked lower.
Alright, chill out, Egghead. I'll put Episode 1 in D tier and Episode 2 in C tier. Next is... oh god.
The sooner that fucked up abomination is in F tier, the better. Enough said.
Yeah, I don't want to get PTSD in the middle of the wreck right now, so F tier.
I fucking hate Microsoft.
Alrighty, now we're on to Sonic Colors.
I liked Colors at first, but it just feels generic nowadays, and it's barely even a 3D Sonic game.
I never liked the Wisps either. Most of them feel redundant and aren't fun to play. Not to mention the shit show release of Colors Ultimate.
Let's just forget that version exists. For the original version of Colors, I'd say it gets no higher than B tier.
Also, the DS version is just the better version, no cap.
Alright, we'll throw Colors in B tier. Speaking of the DS version, I gotta say I much preferred this version than the Wii version. It's basically Rush 3.
Exactly. The Rush games were goated, and this one is no different. The story is better. More characters show, including yours truly, and the final boss is a huge improvement.
Yes, this is definitely the superior Colors version. I would give it a solid A tier.
Yeah, I like this version more too. A tier for sure.
Works for me. Oh, and we got another goated game up next. Generations is easily S tier without question.
Absolutely S tier for sure. I loved revisiting updated versions of past areas we explored. Also, classic Sonic was so fun to play as.
Modern Sonic was equally fun to play as, too. All the old bosses coming back was awesome as well, especially that Chaos fight.
I believe we are in agreement that this is the best game in the Boost era. With that in mind, it should go in S tier.
Spitting facts with that, S tier, but the handheld version of Generations is definitely inferior. This could have been another Rush game, but instead it's just boring.
Enough said, just throw it in C tier. I never played it anyway.
Alright, and now we're getting into mobile games. Let's just get this over with. What do we think about Sonic Jump?
That shitty doodle jump clone? Who cares? Just put it in C tier. It's mid just like our other attempts at mobile games.
Kinda harsh, but I agree. Although All-Stars Racing Transformed was amazing, it's easily the best racing game we've gotten to date.
I totally agree. Not to mention all the third-party rep we got, Wreck-It Ralph and fucking Team Fortress 2. This game was goated.
Holy shit, I love TF too. Alright then, I think this game undoubtedly gets S tier as well.
Sonic Dash is amongst our better mobile games, but it still is nothing more than a Temple Run clone.
Yeah, this game was kinda wonky. I remember we got some crazy crossovers like Angry Birds and stuff. It's not bad, and I'd just give it B tier.
Yeah, B tier works. Next up is Lost World, though. I didn't really like this game either, and the 3DS version was even worse.
It kind of felt like a rip-off of that one series from that one franchise that won't be mentioned. The Deadly Six were lame, and the story was equally as lame.
Also, they gave me a run button. Why the fuck would I ever need a goddamn run button, Sega?
Alright, calm down, bro. I'd put the Wii U version in C tier and the 3DS version in D tier, mid-games overall.
Alright, now that that's over with, what do we think about Jump Fever? Point taken. C tier it is. Next up is Sonic Boom.
Nope! There is no way in hell I'm doing this again. F tier both of these games right now.
Rise of Lyric and Shattered Crystal both missed the mark and forgot what makes a Sonic game so unique. They're just shitty attempts at rebranding. F tier.
Also, they made me a complete dumbass. My IQ is 11, not 10. Get it right, Sega?
And our designs in general were all so shitty? Yeah, screw it, F tier for both. Next up is Sonic Runners, another mobile game.
You can't even play this game anymore. And from what I've seen, it was mid, so C tier!
I never got to play it. I didn't even know it existed, so I don't give a fuck.
You can still play Runner's Adventure, though. Still, it's really mid and just an average 2D runner. C tier for both, honestly.
Yeah, that works. I just want to get these mobile games over with. Next is Dash 2, which for some fucking reason was themed after Boom.
This one was just as generic as the first Dash, but it does in C tier due to being tied in with Boom. Disgusting!
Alright, chill out, Egghead. We just have one more Boom game to go, and that's Fire and Ice.
You know, somehow this one wasn't as shitty as the other console Boom games. The pacing was a bit better, and some parts were fun to play. I'd bump this to D tier.
Yeah, I agree with Knuckles. For the last Boom game, it at least was a bit of an improvement.
Although I despise Boom, I can agree with that.
D tier it is then. Thankfully, an absolute banger came out after all this Boom shit, none other than Sonic Mania.
Oh, hell yeah! You S tier that shit right now.
An absolutely glorious return for the classic era with amazing graphics and music. A top-tier game.
Not to mention, if we put this game any lower, we'll probably get absolutely demolished in the comments. So, yeah, S tier.
Well, that was quick and easy. Thank you so much, Headcanon.
But on the complete opposite side is Sonic Forces. Damn, this game was such a letdown. I never enjoyed it. And it's easily the worst boost game.
A game where I finally take over the world and it comes out like this! What an absolute embarrassment!
The level design was literally boost to win. The bosses were lame, and classic Sonic was there for no reason other than nostalgia. I'd give this D or F tier for sure.
Well, if it's down to me, I'd throw it in D tier for not being completely broken or unfun to play. Anyways, next is Forces Speed Battle, which is surprisingly not that bad.
It's honestly crazy that this game still gets updates. There's so many new characters from the movies to even the comics.
I suppose it is not that bad. I'm just so tired of these half-baked mobile games.
Aren't we all? I'll just throw this in B tier and move on to our latest racing game, Team Sonic Racing.
Why the fuck did they get rid of all the other Sega characters? That was one of the best parts. Now it's just so lame.
I agree, that was a very odd decision. This game is very lacking and has not gotten any updates. Throw it in C tier, rodent.
Currently throwing in C tier. And now we're on to the final game on the list and our latest adventure as of this video, Sonic Frontiers.
God, I really like this game. It was a new idea pulled off, right? And it makes me really hopeful for the future of our franchise.
I very much appreciated the more serious tone of this game. I also found the open world very satisfying to roam around in and complete objectives.
And those supersonic boss fights, man. Those were so damn badass. The music went way too fucking hard for those segments.
And to top it all off, we're getting more DLC and story later this year, including more playable characters.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm so excited to be playable again.
Well, with all that said, I honestly think we should end this off with an S tier, guys.
That is fine with me. A nice end to this whole tier list.
Alrighty then, Frontiers gets the S tier. And that's all she wrote, folks.
Wow, this was honestly a lot of fun. Looking at the list, we still have a ton of bangers on our catalog.
I guess sometimes we let the negative aspects of our franchise overshadow the genuinely fun games we have. I really had a lot of fun with this list. Thanks for inviting me, guys.
Eggman, are you gonna say something?
Where in the actual fuck is Mean Bean Machine? Did you rodents remove it from this list?
Wait, what? No, we didn't even make the list, dude.
Quiet, fool! I'm going to take over the world in retaliation for this disrespect once and for all!
Should we do something about that?
Nah, don't worry, you two. I'll be able to take care of him by myself. Thanks for joining the vid, though.
No problem, big bro. We'll see you around.
Yeah, see you later, homie.
Peace, y'all. Up, over, and gone.
Well, what do you want to do now, Tails?
Want to play some Minecraft, Nux?
Oh, hell yeah! Minecraft is goated!
I heard that you two were gonna play some Minecraft.
How the hell did you find that out? We just said that.
That's not important. Do you have room for one more?
Yeah, I guess you can join if you want to, Shadow. Sonic's gone right now, so we could use one more.
It's settled then. Let's get that damn Ender Dragon.
Thanks for watching, y'all. See you next time.